So Oklahoma and Texas delivered a Red River battle for the ages on Saturday. Great game. Sooners survived 34-30 in that one. We've talked a lot about the Longhorns this year, and obviously, deservingly so. They were highly ranked. But let's talk about Brent Venables and OU. They're sitting there now, at 6-0. Any chance that this team can run the table and be undefeated going into the Big 12 championship game?
I'll take this one. I think that I've been the Texas supporter on this podcast all year, and I still think that they're going to be, if the Big 12 has a representative in the playoff, I still think it's going to be Texas.
Interesting.
I think that Oklahoma is very good, and I think Saturday's win showed that. I think Dylan Gabriel is a very, very good college quarterback, but I think that their schedule coming up, they have UCF. I think they have a bye week this week, and then UCF next week. But then after that, they're at Kansas, at Oklahoma State for the last Bedlam, and then home against a much improved West Virginia team, and then at BYU, where crazy things can happen in Provo. So I think they lose at least one of those games, and then probably going to meet Texas in the Big 12 title game, where I don't think you can beat Texas twice. So, I think there's certainly a chance that they could, but I'm not betting on it.
Johnny?
Yeah, I agree with Zach. Just looking at their schedule, they should beat UCF at home. I would still take them at Kansas, even though Kansas is obviously pretty good. Oklahoma State, they go to Stillwater, but they've had Oklahoma State's number forever. Mm-hmm. So they usually find a way to win those games. And the last three, hosting West Virginia, at BYU, hosting TCU, I'd give them a pretty good shot to win all three of those games. But yeah, if they get Texas again in the Big 12 championship game, that game could go the other way. That was a great game, like you mentioned. It was just fantastic. Especially the way Dylan Gabriel marched Oklahoma down the field that last drive with no timeouts and scoring. I'd say it's unlikely they're going to make the playoff, but I think there's there's at least a chance.
So nobody goes through a season anymore undefeated in the Big 12. It's been a while since we've seen that happen. There's too much parity in college football. I think for somebody, OU will slip up in there at some point. They'll probably be more like 11-1 going into the Big 12 championship game, which is not bad. I agree that I think Texas could win round 2. I'm not counting the Sooners out. I've always said that Texas is overrated. Just in recent years, and this Texas team does look different. You could tell that they've got talent at all the right positions. That said, finish it off, win a big game, Texas. Prove it to me. Man up. There you go. Were they out eating deep fried Snickers? I don't know. But obviously OU is very good. And I think where they have made, light years of improvement is on defense. And I give Brent Venables credit for that. That's his side of the ball, so to speak. That's kind of where he made his name. And they needed to, because OU's defense was not good last year, and so they've made major strides in that area. And you have to think about it. Texas still scored 30 points, but OU made enough plays to win. So good for the Sooners. I wrote a column where I that week of the Baylor Texas game where I said, I know everybody hates Texas, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to personally miss them in the Big 12. I don't know that I'm a miss OU just because I hate that school song. I hate that fight song. It's in my brain, freaking Boomer Sooner. I went to college up there. I was surrounded by Sooner fans. So go away, OU. Go away.
You're saying you don't like hearing Boomer Sooner after every first down?
Oh my gosh. It's like an earworm, I mean, I've got it in my head right now and it's driving me crazy. So anyway.
It's funny, Brice. Karen, a few years ago, she went to one of those Baylor OU games, and that just annoyed the heck out of her too. Like every first down, hearing that.
Yes. Karen and I are on the same page, and you have sat next to me as that song has been going on, where I've been sitting there going, "Screw the Sooner, screw the Sooner."
Yeah, nice rendition.
Yes, I've been known to come up with my own words to stuff.
Edgy.